So Bayern playing from left to right here in the first 45. Still no Malik Tillman available for Bayern Munich too. A young forward suffering a cruciate ligament injury. Worst case scenario for him, he will be out for a while. So it will be a while until we see him back in action. Of course, the luxury that a team like Bayern Munich do have is the abundance of young and talented players always ready to break through into this reserve team, or at times even into the first team, as we saw with Xerxes and a number of other players as well. Here's Lawrence back to Kylian Senkbeil. Weidner sends the ball upfield. Dantas on the move, unable to get there in time though. Interesting to see how quickly Dantas settles into this side. Very talented player in that center of the park, plenty of creativity. Now the first shot on goal, first chance of the game, Poirier. Good ball through to find the Kaiserslautern number 9, who did have time to settle himself there. Plenty of power behind it, but couldn't really guide it towards that far corner, which is what he was looking for, to try and find a way past Hoffmann. And Lars Erbst, the man in charge of proceedings here this afternoon. Good play there from Xerxes. Great control on the ball. Lungwitz with the early cross, looking for up. Comes back out to Dantas, who has a go first time. Here's Dantas again. Seen plenty of the ball already. By no means a shy start from the young Portuguese player. It's just the third time these two teams have met in Germany's third division. Lovely ball over the top, fantastic control from Diaku, goes down looking for a penalty. Referee waves play on. Fantastic ball to find the Bayern frontman. Great control to bring it down as well. Perhaps took a little bit too long to just settle himself for a shot, which then invited the challenge, and according to the referee, was a fair one. Another good run from Poirier, who's just puts that upper body strength into action against the young and perhaps a little more fragile Dantas. Well, nothing wrong with that, shoulder to shoulder. Diaku almost inviting that shoulder to shoulder challenge as well, and then went to ground far too easily for my liking. The right decision by the referee. Given away cheaply, up, trying to bring it forward. Xerxes with a little flick to Timo Kern. Here is Diaku, trying to create the space for the cross. Will win a throw-in instead. Stiller finds Xerxes on the edge of the penalty area. Poor control there, though. I do like the way young Dantas has started this game. He's always looking to get into space, make himself available. With a lot of energy and effort into his performance already. He's covered a lot of ground. He's happy to get forward, get involved in attacks, but he's well aware of his defensive duties as well. And with just 5 minutes in, having shown all of that already, the future looks bright for Dantas. And for Bayern Munich too as well, with him at their service. Bayern knocking the ball around nicely. They started with real confidence here. Before the game, both players and coaching staff all making it very clear that they really want to build some rhythm and find some momentum. It was that sort of rhythm and momentum that helped them clinch the title at the end of last season. They almost looked unbeatable. Quite the same start to this season, but certainly have shown signs of improvement, gradual improvement, and can't really ask more from the players, especially under these difficult circumstances this season and end of last season as well. Everything far from usual or normal. Not just in football though, of course, worldwide and in all walks of life. There's Poirier. St. Bile just mistiming that one. Yeah, little nutmeg there, helping the ball past the defender. Bringing Halushek down. And making life easy for the referee there. Quite clearly a foul. Header away from Lawrence. As far as Morabet. In comes the early cross. That's the free kick given to Bayern too. Home side quick to get the ball rolling again, which is understandable considering how they've started here. One ball forward, Dayaku able to get there with his head, but can't guide it down into the path of Xerxes. He was just waiting for a little layoff there. Xerxes, of course, the kind of player who likes to pick up the ball deep and run at defenders. Hoffmann now with the big clearance straight down the middle. Ball coming straight back though, and Morabet quite clearly offside there. Flag went up nice and early. Well, the referee didn't blow his whistle for offside there, allowed play to continue. Saying I think the ball came off the Bayern defender, yeah, and he got that one right, so Morabet really should have been putting Kaiserslautern 1-0 up there. Bayern defense going to sleep there, thinking the move was over. Fortunate to get away with that one. It was Lawrence who just got a glancing touch on that, which then all of a sudden meant Morabet was onside. Here's Dayaku. Dayaku looking for a way past Schad there. And Bayern will get the corner. Schad felt he was brought down unfairly. So Stiller to take the game's first corner. Decent delivery, Timo Kern going up and trying to get on the end of it. Unlikely candidates to be scoring with his head from a corner. Defender not picking up his run towards that near post though. Stiller now with attempt number 2. Similar delivery. A little bit more distance on it though, finds it up, can't control it well enough though. Weidner keeps it alive, nice little dummy there, in comes the cross. Kayan and Tsiekse tries to muscle his way through a crowded penalty area there, but unable to get anywhere. Up does well to keep the ball in play. Play from Stiller, has support to his left. Early cross in towards Sirkse, who tries to take it on the volley. Difficult one to take on, but he does have the ability. Just didn't quite work out for him that time. But again, getting himself into a really good position. Oh, one back well. Kaiserslautern taking far too many risks at the back. Able to recover though. Has been a fantastic start from Bayern too here. Stefan Kuntz will be very, very pleased with what he's seen. Home side really taking it to the visitors and relentless with the way they've approached this. Very aggressive. Always looking to win the ball back in a promising position. More often than not inside the Kaiserslautern half and then going forward. Really looking to keep the tempo high and get the ball into the box as quickly and as early as possible. Kaiserslautern struggling to cope with it at the moment. Bayern Munich too in complete control here. Well, that is better from Kaiserslautern. Something that we haven't seen enough of really. The closing down taking a little too long to be put into action. Needs to be a little more preemptive and less reactive. At the moment, Kaiserslautern, you feel just a step behind Bayern in every aspect. Showing them far too much respect early on, and with the start to their season, you can probably understand why. Confidence not exactly flying high at the moment. Lovely ball forward there. Dayaku. Thiago Dantas with the overlap, decides to go central to Stiller instead. Now Dayaku, Sirksi. looks to get it out wide to Up, although I think he was trying to play it back into Dayaku there. Well, one-way traffic so far, an early shot on goal for Poirier, but that's about all we've seen from Kaiserslautern so far. Apart from that, it's been a lot of ball watching and ball chasing, with Bayern Munich 2 absolutely dominating possession. Well, not a bad ball there from Redondo. Just too much on it for Halushek. Well, looking at the table, it doesn't necessarily make for easy reading, especially not for Bayern Munich 2, considering their arch rivals 1860 Munich. Currently sitting top of the table with 10 points. Fantastic start to the season for them. Here's Weidner. Time and space to put in a decent cross. Unable to find a teammate though. Clearance only as far as Stiller. Lungwitz out wide to Dayaku. Back to Lungwitz again. Back inside to Dayaku. Lovely build-up play. Dayaku gets the shot off. Tries to find a way past Spic at his near post there. And that really was wonderful link-up play between those two players out on the left wing, Lungwitz and Dayaku. Well, had the space available to go for the far corner there, which might have been the better option. Of course, easier said than done. Only one team looks like scoring at the moment. That is the home side. Hopeful balls over the top is all Kaiserslautern seem to be able to muster up so far. Better closing down far earlier there, but again then just putting the foot on the brakes. At the moment, it's far too easy for Bayern to get the ball forward. Thiago Dantas making a fantastic run through the middle there. Very energetic start to his debut. Well, likes what he's seeing. Stefan Kuntz looking calm and relaxed, and why shouldn't he with the way his young side have started here? Ticking all the boxes, and I'm sure very pleasing for the Bayern Munich 2 manager. Sirksi has a go from distance. He can find the back of the net from there, as we all know, just leaning back slightly on that one. Rieder. Here is Halushek. Left back from the Czech Republic. Here is Tsirkse. Well, can't do anything with the ball there, very unlike him. A little bit lackluster and lethargic in that attack there. The young superstar in this Bayern Munich 2 side. Wow, far too easy for Bayern to get the ball forward here. Tsirkse Wide to Dayaku, tries to dink it back across the face of goal. Zixi a little heavy-footed with that ball out wide to his teammate Dayaku, which then made life a little more difficult than it had to be. Better ball, and Dayaku could have been in on goal rather than having to try and pick out a teammate with a cross. Kaiserslautern, Timo Kern coming in, shoulder to shoulder. I have to say, I do like the way the man in charge has been officiating things so far. He's allowing the ball to keep on rolling. Not too many stoppages, not too many unnecessary stoppages to be more precise. All those referees out there that forget sometimes football is a contact sport. Important we don't lose that physical aspect of the game. Kaiserslautern sitting extremely deep here. Almost inviting Bayern 2 to come forward and find a way through. And as we all know, that's what they're good at. Not sure that's the right way to be taking on the young Stefan Kunz team. Chance for a counter now, though. Poirier, the only shining light so far. Kaiserslautern's number 9 does enough to win a free kick, and you feel dead ball situations might be the visitors' best friend on an afternoon like this if it continues in the way it has. Well, silly foul there from Sankbeil. He had support in behind him. Poirier not really going anywhere, having just slowed things down. Just a slight lack of experience there, perhaps, from the young central defender. Can the visitors throw a spanner in the works here and get themselves 1-0 up against the run of play? Marlon Ritter here, standing over the ball. Decides to put a cross in rather than have a shot on goal. Interesting choice there. Seemed like a decent position to try and test Hoffmann. Instead going for the cross into the middle, where the likes of young Jamie Lawrence, who stands at 2 meters tall, is always likely to win the aerial battles. Weidner. Finally, Kaiserslautern venturing forward a little more. Trying to defend from the front rather than wait until it's possibly too late by sitting far too deep. And then you see, forcing Hoffmann to play the long ball forward rather than having Bayern Munich play their way out from the back, which is their strength, really. Lungwitz to take the throw here. Timo Kern, the veteran amongst all these youngsters. One of the players they all look to as an example, but for advice off the pitch as well. A role he gladly takes on. The high press working at the other end as well, as Spajic is forced to put the ball out of play there. Unintentionally, was looking for a teammate in the form of Schad out to his right. Dayaku has looked very lively. Stiller. Back to Dayaku, tries to take it first time. Shot takes a slight deflection off Thiago Dantas there, and up then with the final touch on the ball. We see Jeff Seibenet, 52-year-old in charge at Kaiserslautern. It's just his 4th game in charge of Kaiserslautern, the new man. Was with Ingolstadt and Bielefeld before coming here. Thiago Dantas again finding that little pocket, making himself available, and then head up straight away, looking to get the ball forward. And very nearly a lovely little bit of link-up play there on the edge of the penalty area. Again, Dantas and Circe. Circe perhaps a little too cheeky there by looking to just let the ball run through his legs. Dayaku running in behind. Wasn't far away from coming off, but could have easily stopped the ball, maybe taken on a shot himself on the spin. Not a bad idea there. They really cross in towards Redondo, who was really the only target in the box there. That first real bit of decent build-up play there from Kaiserslautern, using that right wing to find a way through. Just goes to show they can do it, they're just not doing it enough at the moment. Still looking for that balance between doing enough to not concede, but giving themselves a chance to go on and score themselves. Poirier does very well there. And close to no room to work with there, and does really well to keep the ball alive. Circe winning the battle with Hlušek and drawing the foul. Both players giving each other plenty to think about there, but it's Hlušek who becomes the guilty party there. Handful of Circe's shirts, although Circe had a decent handful of his as well. Almost half an hour gone. Free kick here for Bayern 2. Stiller and Dantas standing over the ball. A slight cut to the face there. Kaiserslautern playing Circe with a free header. Straight down the middle and into the hands of Speic, who would have been able to do absolutely nothing if it would have gone either side of him. And a hopeful ball into the middle there. Amounts to nothing in the end. As Kaizen were looking to catch Bayern on the break. They might have another chance here. Moravec. Here's Ritter. Puts the cross in. Poirier with a slight push in the back of Senkbeil there. So Hanslik will come back on, having been treated. And we'll be able to continue. There's another chance, or another look at that chance for Circe. Wonderful ball from Thiago Dantas to find him. And a player of his caliber really needs to be doing better there. The only positive for Kaiserslautern so far is that the scoreline is still at 0-0. Bayern yet to be rewarded for all their possession and dominance moving forward. Kaiserslautern really having to ride out the storm so far, but have been able to keep the home side out. If only just. Stiller looking for Dayaku. Up will keep the ball in play, or at least that was his intention before he was just clipped there. Jan Vitarp, a player who feels the best position is the one that Sirksi is currently calling his own here. Up front in the middle. So again, Dantas to send the ball in. Pace on it, but couldn't get quite enough lift to help it past the first defender. Sights on the sideline. Constantly throwing instructions out to his players. I do believe I said Stefan Kuntz before, having done so much for the DFB recently. Sometimes the names do get muddled up. So I do apologize. Holger Seitz, of course, the man in charge of Bayern 2. Stefan Kuntz, the German under-21 coach. Timo Kern. Fantastic early ball there. Again, it's Thiago Dantas making that darting run through the middle. Getting closer and closer to finding the young man. And once again, his movement off the ball. Right up there where it needs to be, Tixi. With the foul there. Lawrence unable to find Stiller there, but makes up for it with a crunching tackle on the halfway line. Did really well to recover. There, young Jamie Lawrence. Just about getting enough on the ball. Really is hard to believe that Jamie Lawrence is still just 17 years old. Certainly doesn't look it, does he? He doesn't play like a 17-year-old either. Or always very confident on the ball. Happy to have it at his feet, which is what you need with a modern central defender. Long gone are the days where it was just about hoofing the ball upfield, getting in a crunching tackle here or there, picking up a yellow card or sometimes even two. And concentrating just on your defensive duties. Nowadays, the defense very much part of the attack at times. Goes without saying for the wing backs, but even central defenders now urged to play the ball. And Lawrence certainly one of those that is confident with the ball at his feet. Very rarely gives the ball away either. And when he does, as we just saw, he's the first to try and win it back. Late challenge there. The first yellow card of the game. And we'll go to Rida. Arriving far too late there and going right through the player. Kaiserslautern will get the throw there as we edge towards the end of this first 45, 37 minutes of it gone. Another really aimless ball over the top for Kaiserslautern there. Senkbeil. Stiller. Angelo Stiller likes to drop deep. Pick up the ball more often than not. Anything going forward starts with Stiller. Kern looking for options. There's Stiller again. Tirksi. Heavy first touch there. Just sees the ball get away from him. And then up with the challenge there. Gives away the free kick rather unnecessarily. Kraus on the receiving end of it. A little bit of afters there from up. Needs to watch out. Luszek with the throw. Ball out of play. So Bayern will get it straight back here and will probably try to finish the way they started this half, on the front foot and taking the game to their opponent. Things have just slowed down a little. As already mentioned, Holger Seitz, not Stefan Kuntz, Holger Seitz will be very pleased with the performance levels, at least. The confidence with which his young side have taken this game on. It's clear for everyone to see that they've been able to get a good week's training under their belts and have taken all the instructions on board. The only thing missing so far is that goal, and they've had their chances to secure it. Tirksi probably with the pick of the bunch. Weidner. Good cross in, again Tirksi the target, and again it's down the middle into the hands of Spajc. He's doing everything right, getting himself into those goal-scoring positions. just lacking when it comes to the execution. Losek taking a bit of a chance there. Very risky play at the back. A wonderful delivery from Weidner yet again. Oh, just a little too slow from Kaiserslautern. Yet to really wake up. And if they can go down the tunnel and into the break at 0-0, well, we have every and any chance to still walk away with something from this game when it's all said and done. As we all know, football is a game of two halves in more ways than one. And as Bayern 2 and Holger Seitz will know, I'm sure, good performance is one thing, but if you can't get the goals, then it doesn't really do too much for you. Weidner with the clearance. Zirkzee brings the ball down. Stiller down injured here. It looks like he's in quite a bit of pain as well. Oh, this doesn't look good for Angelo Stiller. Looks like it's the left Achilles. He seems to be clutching there. Let's have another look here. Oh, he just went over on his ankle there. Painful one for Stiller. Hopefully more of a shock to the system than anything serious, but it didn't look good, did it? It looks like he's in quite a bit of pain there, as the magic spray is put to good use. He is a player that Bayern 2 can't really afford to lose, with just how important he is in that transitioning from defense into attack with each and every move forward. It's very much that link between the two. Angelo Stiller, and there is Holger Seitz. Apparently only be in charge for this season and this season alone. No news as to who will follow in his footsteps come the end of this campaign. Angelo Stiller seems to be moving relatively okay. He will come back on, but with less than a minute and a half to go. I wouldn't be surprised if Holger Seitz will just keep him out there and then reassess the situation at the break. Oh, long ball with that injured left foot there, which was beautifully placed past, so seems to be all right. Perhaps a chance. Kevin Prince Redondo there gets the shot off. Wasn't too far away from finding the target, and in doing so breathes a little bit of life into Kaiserslautern's game here right before the break. So 45 minutes are up here as we head into stoppage time. Zirkzee on the move, surrounded by Kaiserslautern defenders who can't get rid of the ball. Dayaku sends one across the face of goal, unable to find Arp at the far post. Bayern looking to finish strong. Thiago Dantas, Stiller. Well, just has a look down at his ankle there. He's not looking comfortable, is he? Kern. In towards Stiller. Kaiserslautern clear their lines. Well, there we have it. The first half comes to a close. No goals here between Bayern 2 and Kaiserslautern. Don't go anywhere, because the second half is just around the corner. So, back just in time for the second 45 here. Still no goals between Bayern Munich 2 and Kaiserslautern. Hopefully that will change here in the second 45. The home side playing from right to left here in this second period. Plenty of chances for Bayern, plenty of the ball as well. It really has been one-way traffic so far. One or two moments for Kaiserslautern where it looked like they might be able to snatch, and without being too disrespectful, undeserved lead. And Bayern will be looking to really just try and improve in that final third. Nothing wrong with their defending or build-up play. They've really dominated the middle of the park as well. Debutant Thiago Dantas doing a really good job alongside the very experienced Timo Kern. And it looks like Welzmüller has come on for this second half here, replacing Dantas, I believe. So Holger Seitz deciding the new boy has shown enough. Not taken off, I'm sure, because of anything to do with his performance, which was fantastic for a debut performance. If indeed it is Dantas who has come off, still waiting for confirmation on that. Could of course be Stiller as well, who was struggling with that injury. Right at the end of the first 45. Well, Thiago Dantas still out on the pitch, which is great to see. Chance here for Kern. Well, well, well. Well, Welzmüller straight up to the referee. Felt that Kern was brought down unfairly there as he tried to take the shot on. And the man in charge, I think, felt he got the shot off before that foul was committed. Zirkzee very clever to let the ball just run through to Timo Kern there. Now let's have a look. Is he impeded? Well, I'll tell you what, that is a very close one. Schad not happy with Timo Kern going down, but I don't think you can blame Kern in that situation there. So another chance goes begging for Bayern too. Here come Kaiserslautern with Poirier, and does well to win the corner. He's had a tough afternoon, the Kaiserslautern frontman. Hasn't had a lot to work with, but when the balls come his way, he's done enough to try and test Hoffmann in goal, which is all you can ask from him, really. Corner here for Kaiserslautern. Plenty of height on the delivery. Lawrence with the header away. Bit of a misunderstanding there. No one really going to the ball, but eventually Bayern able to clear their lines. Dantas covering a lot of ground to keep the pressure on coming off a Ritter there, so it will be a Bayern throw. So it is Stiller who has come off. And hopefully that ankle not too seriously damaged. He did go over on it with quite a bit of weight behind that fall to ground. Hopefully more precautionary than anything. Just how important he is to that central midfield for Holger Seitz's team. Senkbeil. Wide to Lungwitz. Early cross in towards Sirksi, just not quite accurate enough there. Second ball out on the field of play there, so referee just bringing things back for a moment. Action back underway now though. Lawrence to Senkbeil. Melzmüller, the young Angelo Stiller replacement. Melzmüller and Timo Kern now, the two veterans out there. Weidner's a low cross, can't get past the first defender. Bayern will keep the pressure on though, with Dayaku on this near side. Lungwitz with a good run and cross. Again, Sirksi the target. Well, high foot there by Morebet up against Welzmüller. Sirksi looks like he wants to take this one on. Does walk away from the ball now though, and we'll leave it to Jan Vita up. What an effort that was from Arp. That looked like it was heading right for the top left corner. We've seen him do that once already this season. I tell you what, very close to a second time there. Look at the action on the ball there and off the crossbar. Or off the post. What an effort that was from the Bayern number 9. What a goal that could have been. The longer Kaiserslautern can hold on here, the more confident they will become. As time ticks away, you do feel Bayern might become a little bit more frustrated, a little bit more eager to get the ball forward, which in turn might mean they just lose that concentration a little bit and give the ball away a little more often. And then all of a sudden Kaiserslautern can find themselves on the counter with nothing to lose really. No one expecting them to win here today. Although Bayern have put so much effort into this performance already, they've still got nothing to show for it. It's unable to find Sirksi again. Now Puri. All by himself up against Lawrence. Almost puts a ball across the box into the path of Morebet, who is arriving late. Welzmüller there with him though, good tracking back from him. Morabet with the cross, Lawrence with the clearance. Challenge there for Morabet on Timo Kern. A little bit of urgency in Kaiserslautern's forward play for the first time, really. Hasn't been too often that we've seen them string more than 4 or 5 passes together. A misunderstanding there between Ritter and Morabet. Summing up the team's performance so far, really. Just really lacking in any sort of creativity in that final third. Holger Seitz back on his feet. Very vocal on the sideline. Kaiserslautern setting themselves up in a 4-5-1 sort of formation. Plenty of space between those 5 in midfield. And Poirier, the lone striker up front. Tough day at the office for him. Chasing down Weidner and the ball here. Those 5 across midfield, then every time Bayern are on the ball, sitting nice and deep and creating these 2 walls of defence, which Bayern have struggled to find a way through. Not all the time, they have found a few openings here or there. Their best chances coming from crosses out wide. Which is exactly the sort of area Kaiserslautern are trying to force them to use. Bayern unable to break there. Dantas' pass just nicked away in the nick of time as well. Dayaku tries to go through on his own. Just running into one too many Kaiserslautern shirt there. Dantas keeps the move alive, spreads it out onto this near side. Lunglitz with the early cross in towards Sexy. And again, the heavy touch sees the ball just get away from him. Fantastic play for Bayern so far, always up until the edge of the penalty area. And that final touch, final ball, just not quite where it needs to be just yet. Everything apart from that has been absolutely top draw. But it's not always necessarily good-looking football that wins you games, it's goals. And they are lacking. Dayaku just taking a little too long to take that first touch there, inviting the challenge. Bayern with a few options on the bench. The likes of Kuhn and Zeiser, just to name a few. Good ball inside there, but a poor first touch from Kern after Redsmüller's pass. Cut back inside, picked off by Arp. Clearance blocked. Zirkzee. Timo Kern just pulling up awkwardly there after that ball. And what a chance that was for Kaiserslautern to snatch the lead. Poirier with a fantastic run, Ritter with an even better ball in towards the near post. And Senkbeil putting his body on the line there, doing just enough to put the striker off. Fantastic defending. But Kaiserslautern with a quick reminder to Holger Seitz and his team. And Kaiserslautern are still well and truly in this game. Türkse can't bring the ball under control there. Moravec does well. Lawrence a little quicker than Poirier there, will get there ahead of him. And Lawrence once again looking very, very solid in that central defence. If he continues to perform the way he has, well, I don't think it'll be too long until we see him given a chance with the Bayern Munich first team as well. Seen Richards called up already. So Bayern now with the game's third corner. Haven't been too many of them. First one in this second half as Thiago Dantas makes his way over to take it. I've already seen a few good deliveries from him. One very nearly setting up the opening goal. Türkse unable to trouble Spajic in goal though. Another good delivery. Lawrence rising above everyone else, using those 2 meters of height to tower above the Kaiserslautern defenders and get himself in there just ahead of Spajic. Can't guide it towards goal though. Lungwitz can't find a way through there against Moravec. And again, the only option up front is Poirier, who very nearly picks Senkbeil's pocket there. As things stand, no real change for either side. Especially not in the table, at least. Kaiserslautern will remain down in that relegation area. Although Bayern Munich too will actually even drop a place. That's going on the score lines in the other games this afternoon. Plenty of Dritte Liga action here on this Saturday afternoon. Dayaku. Time and time again trying to cut into that central area. Perhaps one time too many there. Becoming a little bit more predictable as Kaiserslautern just starting to build in confidence a little bit. They're looking a little more eager to get forward, take a bit more of a chance. Believing in themselves a little more as well, and been able to hold on for this long. Perhaps now time to try and push for a winner themselves. They'll have to be very careful in doing so if that does become the game plan though, because as we all know, Bayern with the firepower up front to, in the blink of an eye, find a goal themselves. Here's Türkse. One of the players they will be looking to do just that, but it's been a bit of an up and down performance from Türkse. He does at times have that sort of lethargic feel to his play. It can be deceiving as well at times, you have to give him that. But he's never really gotten going today. Türkse in the right mood would have surely put at least 2 of his efforts to bed. Not the case here this afternoon though. Well, just to give you a quick update of the other Dritte Liga action today. Uerdingen on the road, currently 2-1 up against Zwickau. Hansa Rostock holding 1860 Munich to a 1-1 draw at the moment. Ingolstadt 2-1 up against Fell, 0-0 between Lübeck and Dresden. While Mannheim, away from home, currently 1-0 up against Wien. So plenty of goals, just none of them here in Munich so far. Holger Seitz more than happy to allow Dantas to get the ball into those goal-scoring areas from dead ball situations. Another corner, can't get any lift on that one. Easy clearance at the near post. Move kept alive by Lungwitz, Welzmüller to Dantas. Will win the throw. Jamie Lawrence, just his 4th game in the 3rd division. You wouldn't be able to tell with the way he's been performing. Slotted right in and has made it look very, very easy, as if he's been playing here in this 3rd division for seasons and seasons before, but not the case. Still just 17 years old. Joined Bayern at under 16 level from the Kirchheim youth setup. Has very quickly moved up the ranks. Lawrence smartly just lets that one go over his head, and Hoffmann comes out to collect. Again, Dayaku cutting back inside. Welzmüller with a little dink over the top there, looking for feet up. Just too much height on that one. Easy catch in the end for Speich. Just over 20 minutes still to go. Kaiserslautern really upping their performance here in the second 45, even if it is still Bayern who look slightly more dangerous going forward. It's much more of a battle between the two here in this second period of play. And Kaiserslautern finding a few more openings, a little bit more space to work with. And enjoying far more possession than they did in the first 45 as well. Redondo wins the corner. Well, it looks like it will be Zeiser coming on. Some fresh legs up front. Does like to play on the right wing usually, but is a very versatile front man who can play anywhere across a front three. Can also slot into midfield as well. Towering header away there from Lawrence, who went down straight away though. Looked like he just got a little stamp on that left foot there. Does get straight back up though, eager to continue. So it will be Timo Kern coming off, Zeiser on to replace him. So Zeiser will slot into that central midfield, but then add a little bit more going forward as well, as Bayern look for their winner here. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Dantas perhaps just fall back a little. Here is Kaiser, the new man. Decent cross in, again Xerxes the target. Not too many other Bayern players venturing into the penalty area when those crosses do come in though. Xerxes very much on his own on most occasions. Kaiser and Luszek getting tangled up there. Luszek coming away with a bit of a knock after it all. We'll be able to continue, it would seem. Kaiserslautern readying a change now as well, it would look like that. Well, no one getting onto the ball quick enough. Weidner just about getting there in time. I'm not sure he was aware that Redondo was breathing down his neck. Eagerly trying to pick the ball off there. Dantas to Lungwitz. Looking far up as he tried to switch the ball out wide onto the far side there. That would have been a corner, so forced to clear the ball there. Moravec felt he was impeded in mid-air there. Referee waves a play on. Dayaku to Lungwitz. Back to Dayaku as well. Now Dantas. Welzmüller. Kaiser. Dantas. Well, pulling the trigger there, and it looked like it would have been quite the effort had it not been blocked. Looks like Welzmüller is the player who's sitting a little deeper now as well. Kaiser has been positioned out on that right wing so far, and Dantas as well getting forward a little more. Very neatly getting a shot on goal there as well. They found a way through. I think Speich might have been in a bit of trouble. Zuck coming on for Kaiserslautern for these final 18 minutes or so. Redondo, the player replaced. Poirier doing very well. Wonderful hold-up play. Moravec to his right. Kaiserslautern do have players forward here. Moravec unable to get a ball into the box though. Or at least into the area where his teammates were available. Kaiser. Looking for options, finds Dantas. Out wide to Dayaku, who tried to whip one, I think, into the top right corner there, but never got enough bend on it or able to send it out wide enough. It's definitely what he was looking to do there with the way he set himself up for the shot. But again, it's straight down the middle. Ritzer. Wow, real shame. Dominic Schad making a fantastic run. No one picking it up. Better ball, and he'd have been in on goal there. So Daniel Hanslick coming off. And it will be Skarlatidis coming on to replace him. As Kaiserslautern now willing to take some chances here in this final 15+ minutes of the game. Skarlatidis, a man who's very good when it comes to distribution of the ball, picking out a pass, perhaps a pass that might set up Poirier and give Kaiserslautern a chance to snatch all 3 points here. Senkbeil with the ball over the top, thumbs up from Dayaku, but again, just not quite accurate enough. That will be a Kaiserslautern throw. Credit to the visitors who really have upped their game here in the second half. You do feel that perhaps a Bayern who really put a lot of effort and energy into the first 45, perhaps running out of fuel slightly. In all honesty, it's probably more of a case of Kaiserslautern deciding to try and put a little bit more effort into things themselves, be a little bit more adventurous going forward, believe in themselves a little bit more. Niklas Kühn looks like he's readying to come on. Might come on perhaps to replace Dayaku or Arp. Arp, who's struggled slightly out on that right wing. Hoffmann doing well to come off his line early there. Kühn could also come on and replace Dayaku, who does seem to have just run out of ideas slightly on the left wing. Here's Lungwitz. Now Dayaku. Welzmüller. Looking for Weidner out on that right side, but unable to find him. Poirier, the lonely man up front for Kaiserslautern, really needs more support in and around him when the ball does come his direction. More often than not, he's just left by himself and then has no one really to lay the ball off to keep an attack going. Zirkzee on the receiving end of a challenge, still down here, coming together with Rieder. And his boot seems to have come off in the process as well. So a closer look at it here, over the top of the ball, and then just catches him on that left heel. Painful one for Zirkzee. And Kühn still waiting to come on. Perhaps deciding to just wait a little bit there, Holger Seitz, and see if that injury to Zirkzee is anything he needs to worry about. Come Kaiserslautern, Poirier! Wow, what a chance that was! Fantastic ball, another great run from the Kaiserslautern number 9. Really has done ever so well with very little today. There's that option when the ball comes his way. Finally, players in and around him for him to lay the ball off to, then makes the run forward. And that, the perfect example of what I was just talking about. When he has someone to lay the ball off to, he will get forward and will make himself available. But he needs that support in and around him. Very nearly paying off just moments ago. Harp trying to help the ball forward into the path of Weidner. Bayern, of course, with this very young side, will not be running out of energy anytime soon. You can expect another onslaught in the final few minutes. Normally the name of the game for this young Bayern 2 side. But Kaiserslautern finding a little bit more fun going forward themselves, however. They're going to have to deal with Kuhn now as well, who will come on and replace Fiete Up. Bit of non-eventful afternoon for Fiete Up, apart from that one sensational free kick, which very nearly was the moment to break the deadlock here this afternoon. Denied by the woodwork, though. He doesn't look too happy about his performance either, but to be fair to the number 9, the majority of forward play for Bayern this afternoon has come over the left flank rather than the right, where Up was positioned. Looks like it is Poirier coming off, who really has done everything he possibly could have. Appreciation from his manager, and Hutt will come on now for these final 8.5 minutes or so. A little bit of stoppage time will be added on as well, of course. Thiago Dantas stopped in his tracks unfairly. Lungitz with the delivery, but again, no one apart from Xerxes there. Rieder with the ball through the middle there, quick to apologise. Nowhere near close enough to the new man Hutt there. Does well, putting pressure on Lawrence straight away. Putting those fresh legs to good work. Schad with the clearance. Dantas can't get it past Morabet, who does very well. Right idea, a little less weight on that pass and it would have been perfect for Hutt to just latch onto. Elias Hutt there, on loan with Zwickau last season. Xerxes to Kuhn, to Weidner. Low cross is easily cleared again. Welzmüller. Dantas brings the ball down very well indeed. Dayaku dropping a little deeper now to try and influence play from a different area. Lungwitz, Dantash, first time ball inside to Dayaku. Ball back from the number 7, not quite up to par. I have to say, I do like the look of Thiago Dantash though. Very confident young man and a fantastic performance on his debut, regardless of the scoreline. Ball over the top. Aim towards Thiago Dantash. Has shown real versatility in this game alone. Still just 19 years old, the man from Lisboa. And once the opportunity came up to join with Bayern Munich, wasted no time in doing so. Ritter with a chance to surely snatch all 3 points right at the death there. And Hoffmann with a big save. Hasn't had a lot to do, the Bayern keeper. He certainly did well to close the angle and went to ground as late as he possibly could. Fantastic goalkeeping. Well, that was the chance for Kaiserslautern. Sizer here as Bayern come back the other way. Outright to Weidner. Less than 5 minutes to go. Dayaku, good vision there to find Dantash. Back to Lawrence. Kaiserslautern determined to keep Bayern out this afternoon. Dayaku, very nearly tricksing his way through there, as they say in German. Well, Holger Seitz still looking very calm. Doesn't seem too bothered that his side has been unable to find the back of the net to take the lead here. Well, Hoot goes to ground wanting a free kick. Referee's whistle stays by his side though. Lundwitz, a Kuhn on this near side now as well. In towards Sirksi. Header away, and now a chance to break for Kaiserslautern. Here's Hlušek. Looking for options, none available to him. And simply no one in and around him for him to play the ball to. So forced all the way back into his own half, really. Now, Skalatidis. Cross in, comes back out to Schad. Lawrence with the header away. Dantash able to turn. Skalatidis with space now. Kaiserslautern number 10 can get creative and does! And what a chance that was! Well, 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 they've had their chances at the back end of this second half, and they just haven't been able to take them. And took with the golden opportunity to become the hero. What a bitter pill to swallow that could have been for Holger Seitz and his young side. Dayaku, can they snatch a late winner? A late drama here in Munich. 2 minutes added on. 2 minutes left for either side to take all 3 points. Bayern probably deserved them. But as this second half has unfolded, Kaiserslautern very much in this game, troubling Bayern going forward. Solid at the back as well. Lovely through ball. Moravec can't find a way past the keeper. Hoffmann with a strong left arm. But Lautern really finishing ever so strong here. Moravec still down injured. Bayern will not be putting the ball out of play anytime soon, I don't think. Thiago Dantas now. What an end to this game. Welsmüller. Layoff by Zirkzee. Just not accurate enough. Moravec. Is there another chance in this for Lautern? Gonna need a better ball than that to find Huth though. As Bayern now venturing forward. Everything getting a little bit desperate in both directions, but especially for Bayern. And Dayaku giving away a silly free kick there. Really doesn't need to be making that push there. Just keep the pressure on the defender. Moravec stays on side, but Hoffmann able to hold on to the ball just about anyway. Fantastic little through ball there from Ritter. No one picking up the run in behind from Moravec. Well, that's all she wrote, as Bayern 2 and Kaiserslautern share the spoils here on match day 5. No goals for either team, but a point for each. Until next time, take care.